Welcome to Recently Logged, where this year we're going to be covering everything.
This year?
Yeah, this year. It's going to take a whole year to record the podcast, Micah.
We better not be here at New Year's. I have things to do.
You're gonna have to postpone. Everything.
Okay. Hey everybody.
Well, hello everyone. This is our first ever live recorded episode.
That's why the audio doesn't sound as good for people who are watching this after it streams.
Oh no, the audio is gonna sound like crap. But this is the only way we could get it to work. The day we needed it to stream. So
yeah,
you're just gonna have to deal with it.
All right. So what is the plan for this? Because I really don't know the plan. Like, what are we doing?
I'm thinking what I'm gonna try to do is just kind of, I know for sure if we've already done a movie, we're just gonna say we've already done an episode about it. We're not gonna, because if we take time to go over movies we've already done, then it's gonna be a nightmare. But so if we've already logged it, we're not gonna bring it up.
Just stop yawning.
Or I mean, if we've already done an episode on it, that is. And then that's pretty much it. Like, we just kind of go over in chronological order what we watched.
You know, we've watched like almost 1,000 films this year, right?
Yeah, I know. But really, we'll just be like, we don't have to go over everything. Or wait, we're only doing 2020 releases.
I don't know. I didn't know what you were doing.
Micah, why didn't you remind me?
I didn't know what you were doing. That's what I thought we were
gosh.
doing. And then you're going off about every release. And I'm like, okay, we're going to be here for a long time.
Micah. We were just going to go, okay, you pulled up the diary. That's what threw me off. Okay, so we're just going to go to our films, sort by
Okay.
release date, earliest first year 2020. That's it. That's all we were going to do. You're throwing me off.
You had me worried.
That's only like 40 films or so. So it's totally fine. A totally achievable goal.
Okay.
Unlike what Micah was doing.
Well, I haven't really watched much.
Exactly. That's why I was like, this should not be a problem. Why is this a problem now?
Well, you were like, we're going to do every film we watched in 2020. Hey, we've watched over, I've watched at least over 400 new films this year.
Yeah, but not all of those. Like, Goonies is one of those.
That's not counting stuff I've already seen before.
All right, so we're doing it in release order. From the beginning of the year, what was the very first thing that we watched that was a 2020 release?
This is how you know the year is going wrong. Before anybody knew the year was going wrong, we watched What is Cheese?
What is cheese? Forky asks a question, what is cheese? It's a good one. It's a solid one.
It's not a good one. I don't think any of the Forky asks the questions were a good one.
You know, cheese was one of the weirdest ones, but it was something.
I didn't like any of them.
Did you not like Forky asks a question at all?
Any of them whatsoever.
Well, that's disappointing.
Not
what to mention about Forky asks a question?
Forky
what
is a
cheese?
trash character.
Wait, just in general or just in the series?
In general.
Okay, you can have your wrong opinion. If
Wow.
you want,
Okay.
Micah.
Listen, I'm wearing a Toy Story hoodie right now. I am 100%.
Can't tell. Can't tell, Micah.
I'm wearing a Toy Story hoodie right now, and I am 100% against Forky.
Okay.
Actually, I'm mostly 100% against Toy Story 4, but.
Well, just to put it in perspective, I gave a later Forky asks a question a like on my letterbox, and I did not give cheese a like on my letterbox. So if that helps at all.
You know the second release of 2020 that we watched, though?
This was our first taste of 2020 feature-length cinema, is what it was.
I mean, technically it wasn't. We didn't watch it in this order, but
oh, that's true.
This was the second movie, or the first movie of 2020.
Oh yeah, we rented this a while after it came out.
The earliest 2020 release.
Yes. You gonna mention what it is? Oh, it's
Underwater.
It's William Eubanks' Underwater.
With Kristen Stewart
and T.J. Miller. There he is. Well, Toy Story 4 is the worst thing to happen since The Last Jedi.
Okay, but Underwater is worse than Toy Story 4, though.
That's true. Underwater is much worse.
Underwater. What to say about how to summarize Underwater
It's
into
like
words?
it's like a bad video game.
Yeah, like a bad video game.
That's actually the perfect way to describe Underwater.
It's structured very similarly to a video game, you know? Like you start out with the cold open, and then you go and your character's walking around doing it. It's like a survival video game underwater, but it's trash
with really bad character beats.
And has T.J. Miller.
It has T.J. Miller.
And Kristen Stewart.
What was the little thing he carried around? Was it a bear? Was it a turtle or something? I don't remember.
I don't remember him carrying around something.
He had like a little pal or something.
I remember him getting eaten.
Yeah, he gets eaten, and then Kristen Stewart takes his little buddy with her, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it was weird.
I don't remember that.
It felt very forced.
Anyway, yeah, like this whole movie is like extremely stereotypical. Like the story is like the most basic thing you've ever heard. A bunch of scientists in an underwater lab. Oh no, something mysteriously went wrong in the thing, and now they're all
gonna die.
And then they're like, what could have caused this? And then they're like, we have to leave the station. And then they're like, something attacked us while we were trying to leave the station.
Do they say every time?
And yeah, then it was underwater monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just very run of the mill.
Did you say your rating for this, Micah?
I rated this 2.5 stars. Not the death of cinema.
I think that's about right.
But not good. I wouldn't watch it again.
I probably would have given it a 2. But like honestly, I didn't think it was. It's not a absolute train wreck, but it's not anything special or good.
Okay, and Haley, I haven't watched Life, but I thought it was about them discovering an alien, hence why the name was Life. Not them being mysteriously attacked and not knowing what it is, and then running away, and then like in the last 20 minutes being like, "Whoa."
Oh yeah. I was like, what the heck even happens at the end of Underwater?
But I don't. Oh yeah.
yeah.
The end. Yeah, the ending.
Yeah. In summary, Underwater, not a highlight of the year.
Yeah.
If it sounds interesting to you, if you like underwater stuff or creatures or the sea life, you want to sing a sea shanty.
No, it has nothing to do with the sea life.
You can watch it and form your own opinion on it. Do it. I dare you.
Well, Haley, like I said, I haven't seen Life, though I heard it wasn't very good by most people. I hope it's better than Underwater.
We can only hope.
All right, next we watched Forky Asks a Question.
Forky Asks a Question.
What is reading?
What is reading? We don't know.
I hate these.
We can no longer read the chat because we don't know what reading is.
I watched too many of these.
It's because our mom wanted to watch them. And so she did.
And they're like stupid questions.
They're meant for like four.
Kids.
They're meant for like 4-year-olds. Micah.
Yeah. Okay, but I was never sitting there as a 4-year-old. Like, what is reading? What is cheese? What is time? No.
Hey, the What Is Time episode isn't bad.
I'm not here. I'm not here for these. I'm not here for Forky.
Okay, you know what? I gave this one a like. It's a fun one. It's a fun little short. Here, see? It's a fun little short.
Oh dang! You never watched this, did you?
What did I not watch? No, I didn't.
Oh, but I wanted to bring it up.
I know. I'm thinking with how few we actually do have and how fast we've been going through them. Just mention it. It's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, What Is Reading? Better than What Is Cheese, but not great.
You know where the cheese is.
All right, next up, what did we watch?
We watched
What is cheese? Okay.
What is cheese?
What is cheese canonically, I think, belongs in the Wallace and Gromit universe.
Yes. Next we watched this. I thought this was Pixar.
It is. It's one of the Spark shorts.
I thought they were usually marked on the poster. We watched.
They are
Loop,
usually
the Pixar Spark short.
Yep.
and it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, it was all right. I don't know. I feel like most people who watched this, especially back when it first came out, were just like, yeah, it's good. It's not
Yeah,
it's not bad, but
I don't
it's
think like yeah, it's good that like a story, even if it is just a short, was made about like an autistic kid, especially communication wise.
I was about to say nonverbal is a very hard thing to grapple with, especially in like normal quote unquote normal social circles.
So that's
So
really cool that they made the short about it, but like outside of that, I wouldn't say this is anything special.
yeah, no, the filmmaking, it's all right.
I mean, it's a Spark short. It's definitely a Spark short.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much the pinnacle of something like a 3.5 or 4-star Spark short. That's about all there is to say about it. It's good to have a story about a story with representation of autistic people, not in a negative light, as I found older and older media.
Yeah,
typically
love old movies.
Yeah, and then B, a way to communicate with people like that. Very, very cool. I like it.
Yeah, very. It was.
I'm glad it exists, at the very least.
Yeah, it's just not something I personally would probably watch again.
Nothing to write home about, though. I mean, outside of those two things.
Next, I watched the hit Safdie Brothers short.
Micah has seen a Safdie Brothers film, and I have not.
Goldman v. Silverman.
Was it good, Micah? Was it cinema?
You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, that was actually pretty good. But
yeah, that actually was.
To picture this, you have Adam Sandler and Benny, good old Benny Safdie, in spray painty gold stuff. I don't remember the face paint. They're completely gold and silver, and they're blowing their kazoos at each other for 7 minutes.
Is that it? Is that all that happens?
Well, I mean, they fight.
No, they duel,
like physical fight at one point. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. It was good. It was whack.
It was whack.
It had more
like I was like, let me tell you, it was whack.
I should have predicted it being a Safdie brother thing, but it had more language than I thought was going to be in it.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I still haven't watched it yet. I'm planning on it.
But no, it was really well shot and everything. It was just like, you know, it was two guys blowing kazoos at each other.
Mike is like, it was a very, very well shot version of two guys blowing a kazoo at each other.
Yeah, I know. I give it a like, but it was like, I don't know. If that doesn't sound interesting, then I wouldn't suggest it at all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. What was the next release, Micah? It was
Boys State.
It was my Boys State. I'm convinced now, after watching this, that men were indeed a problem. A mistake. A mistake in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Especially that one guy.
Especially that one guy. Wow.
I'm still kind of sad about who won.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I was okay. We're no spoilers for Boys State. Go watch Boys State. It was good. It was very good. Probably the best documentary of the year. I think most people would agree. I don't know. I don't remember what other documentaries came out this year, but it is very good.
It's an A24 documentary.
A24, yeah.
But yeah, it's actually very interesting. Though, to the subject of who won. I'm not gonna say it obviously, like who won.
Yeah, very interesting.
But somebody commented, I think it was on Letterboxd or something, that they had like they actually went to that Boys State.
Oh wow.
And they were like, this documentary frames him in a lot worse light than like, because he was actually really well liked by everybody. That's why he won.
Yeah, no, of course that's why he won. I mean, you have to be well liked.
Yeah, no, it's just interesting to think, like, to show how this movie frames everything.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty dope documentary, actually.
Yeah, but it's really well shot. It looks great. It's got some cool stuff in it. I really like I had never even heard of Boys State before this. And it was really cool seeing it.
Like the event?
Yeah, the event.
Ah, okay. Yeah, neither had I.
It's a bunch of 17-year-old guys arguing in Texas.
Yeah, pretty cool, pretty fun fact. This was the first year I was involved with an election at all, and I got to watch a documentary about democracy.
Wow. Okay.
It was a fun time.
I actually really enjoyed this, though. It was my favorite of the year at the time that I watched it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I gave it 4.5 stars.
That's probably about right. Yeah, it has a few scenes that drag on a bit too long, but that's about it.
Yeah. And then what did we watch, Robbie?
Well, I don't know what we watched after that, but while after that,
what released next?
we watched His House,
which we did on the podcast.
We did an episode on it. If you want to hear our thoughts on this very good movie, go listen to it.
Better on rewatch. Just to summarize
Yes.
the podcast. Very good. Better on rewatch. Go watch the
Definitely.
movie. It's really good, especially as a directorial debut.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I watched a cool little interview with the director and main actress after its release on a YouTube channel. It was some sort of commentary channel or something like that. And they seem like really cool people. So
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I gave it 4 stars.
Please go watch it on Netflix. Very cool.
Yeah, go watch it and then go listen to our episode about it.
Do it.
Oh boy, Robbie. Oh boy.
Nothing but high praise for 2 films in a row, and then
Oh yeah, you guys know what time it is. He said he would be here by Christmas.
Oh my god,
He's here.
He's here. Okay, for those listening in post, it's Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh boy.
Ben Schwartz
Ben
Sonic the
Schwartz
Hedgehog.
is Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, so very interesting with this movie. I haven't actually gotten to talk about it that much because we never really did it on the podcast or anything.
Yeah.
I really like Ben Schwartz, and I'm a pretty big fan of Jim Carrey, and I actually think the casting of them two works pretty darn well in this movie.
Oh no, it was a great casting choice, but
I wish this man here had never touched the movie.
oh man,
Yeah, that's good. He should have sticked with Hop. Stuck. Listen, I'm tired. It's early.
It is early. It's not even that early
It's
anymore.
not early. It's not early at all. I don't know what I'm saying. It's 9 o'clock. That's not early in the slightest. But I'm tired. And yeah, he was the worst part of the movie, hands down. Besides, like, the writing.
Definitely. Besides other things, he was definitely the worst.
But it was pretty fun. I wish they wouldn't have done what they did with Sonic per se. They made him very much a 2020 modern
2020
Sonic,
Sonic,
Sonic, if you will. Which is fine.
Are you
but,
just critiquing him because he flossed, Micah? Is that the only reason?
That's not the only reason, but that's the main reason.
It's not the only reason, but it's the main reason.
I grew up watching Sonic cartoons, reading Sonic comics.
Bro, the Sonic comics rock.
Being in a Sonic fan club. Literally.
Literally.
And it was cool to see like Sonic live action, but I was sad by like 2 things. One, Sonic like not being like home.
I know, right? Like Sonic's homeworld and universe seem very cool.
The stuff that took place like in this movie in the Green Hill Zone look sick. Like all that stuff was really cool, and I was like, "Dang, that's awesome!" And then we went from that to Hop Man, James
Marsden.
Yeah. Ugh.
Okay, well, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's Jim Carrey's performance. It's like spoilers for later in the episode. It's like Pedro Pascal in Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah,
that's what it's like.
That's exactly what it's like. It's a great performance.
Great performance
in the midst of a
stuck in a mediocre movie.
Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik or Mr. Eggman. I hate the way they came up with Eggman.
Mr. Eggman.
Yes, it's not Mr. Eggman, but I hate the way they came up with Eggman in movie.
Yeah,
That's like the worst than
Han.
the "Who are your people? I have no people."
Solo.
Han Solo. That's worse than that. The fact that his robots don't even look like eggs, and they're like, they look like eggs, and then Sonic's like, "All right,
Eggman.
and I'm like,
What the?
the point was that he looked like an egg.
That was the whole joke.
But anyway,
What if they had put Jim Carrey in like this like egg suit? Like Iron Man.
okay, that would be awful though. Like, I'm not saying
That would be
that's
so
great, but like,
funny.
if you're gonna call him Eggman, don't do it for like something like that doesn't make sense.
Okay, we have spent way too long talking
No,
about Sonic
the Hedgehog is a good talking point. Jim Carrey's performance, amazing. Ben Schwartz is great. I just wish the writing for his character was better. Yeah. I wish it was. I actually am genuinely excited for a Sonic 2 to exist. Because like at the end, stuff that happens, and like I just want more like Green Hill Zone stuff. You know, like that stuff would be really cool. More Jim Carrey, Robotnik stuff. Maybe bring in like the
Why are we still talking?
The Freedom Fighters
The
do
Freedom
all that.
Fighters. You want what's his face in here?
Wow, that was very, very descriptive.
Okay, you know what? There's like 6 Freedom Fighters. I don't have time for this.
Okay, let's move on then, O ye judger of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, well, what we watched next was another.
What I watched.
Oh,
next.
what did you watch? What was the?
I watched the prime original Agatha Christie's The Pale Horse, which technically was 2 parts that they split up for no reason, other than I think probably to get it to keep its rating.
Probably, yeah.
It was okay. Like it was fine. I'll stand by that it was fine. It's got a 2.9 average on Letterboxd, and it's fair enough. Like, it wasn't anything special. It wasn't that great of a mystery. It didn't have that interesting of a cast. But like, it was fine. It was a fun mystery. I wouldn't watch it again. It had a decent aesthetic. Like, it looked pretty cool whilst watching it. I think, yeah, I gave it 3 stars, which,
Apparently that's the perfect rating for it.
No, I think it is. I think it's a very 3-star movie. It's got some cool visuals and some interesting filmmaking
So it is not
stuff.
bad.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not bad. But it's not like anything to write home about.
The Pale Horse. Got it.
What did we watch after that?
After that, I watched a Disney short, Lamp Life, which was a prequel technically to Toy Story 4.
I've watched that too.
You watched it? You didn't log it?
I logged it.
I thought you didn't log short films.
Oh no, yeah, but I put that I've watched them.
Oh.
I just don't log them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a fine little short film, I guess. I don't know.
I just liked it.
Yeah, I didn't give it a like, but it's fine. A hardcore Toy Story fan may think more of it than I do.
Not any hardcore Toy Story fan I know, because most hardcore Toy Story fans I know don't like Toy Story 4.
Oh. Well, you know what? Lamp Life, nothing to write home about, really. It looks fantastic, but that's really about it.
And now that I'm opening that up, Lamp Life came out before The Pale Horse.
I wondered. I was like, But anyway, not much to talk about there. Next up is Onward, which we did an episode about. That was
Elivar.
That was our first episode that we did of a 2020 movie. Oh, hey Saraya. I'm glad I sent it to more people, because now we have 5 viewers.
Cool.
Very cool.
I don't know. I don't think
I want to say it was our first, but
anyway, just to plug some stuff, Mgrowe Films on YouTube. That's me. That's my channel. I just did a video ranking every Pixar movie up to Soul.
Yes.
And that's really cool. Includes this movie. You should go check that out. And then also next month,
Micah's like hairline connection between his channel and the
next month I'm coming out with a Soul review. So
ooh, a movie review on his movie channel.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to Onward.
All right.
Oh wait, no,
No, we're not talking about it. Go watch our episode if
Summarize
you
the
want to know about
thoughts,
it.
Ruby. You got to summarize.
It's
Onward's fine.
it's fine, pretty forgettable.
It's pretty
fine,
fun.
Whatever.
Better on rewatch again.
better on rewatch. Yes.
All right. Then what did we watch?
We watched my third favorite movie of the year. I know at least my top 3, but I don't remember any of the other ones.
Wow.
This is my third because they were all my favorite movie at one point of the year.
This was not my favorite movie of the year. I think it made the top 10, but it wasn't. I don't think it touched the top 5.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, let's say what it is.
I thought we already did. It's The Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man. You might have said what it was.
Lee Winnell one.
Lee Winnell. The 2020 one.
Yeah, but still, it's fine in my opinion. Like, it was fun. It's better filmmaking than like most movies that came out in 2020. But I think really where for me personally this like falls short.
Tell me where
is story. I really don't think the story is like that great. I didn't like the ending at all.
Wow. Okay.
But I still think there's good enough filmmaking there. I gave it 4 stars, so it's not like I hate this movie at all. It was fun. It's just not a movie that I would jump to watch again just because I don't like the writing and I don't like the way they ended the story.
Okay. Well, I mean, I liked the writing and I liked the way they ended the story. So those aren't reasons that I dislike it. Honestly, I think it's just a few pacing problems here and there.
Yeah, no, definitely pacing problems.
But outside of that, I think it kind of rocks, actually. I'm all for female-led horror movies, my man. They usually are pretty great. If it's a good actress, of course.
I was about to say, Robbie.
And Elizabeth Moss.
The Haunting is a female-led horror movie. Robbie.
Moss, Micah.
Robbie.
That's all I have to say. Yes, I know.
A female horror movie.
But yeah, no. I dug the cinematography. The blocking was very good as well. The lighting was very good. The VFX looked amazing. And it was like 16 billion times better than the old Invisible Man, which I do not recommend. The old Invisible Man.
I don't know. For
not
me,
very good.
For me, I just don't think like the story itself, the way they wrote it, works that well. And the more I've actually talked about it with some more people, specifically our sister, because like she is not a very big movie critic person, but she also did not like it that much.
Well, she watched it at a drive-in.
Yeah, but still, she didn't like it that much.
Okay.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the way they structured it out and the way they wrote the twist at the end. I think that was horribly done.
The twist was a little sloppy.
The twist was
but
awful. Are you kidding? And like because of the way they did a bad job with specifically like structure and pacing stuff, and I think the way they ended it was stupid. It's just not something I would go back to. The filmmaking, like on a filmmaking side, the acting is really solid.
Hey, it's true. That's true.
Like the creative side, like all of the production design stuff is really, really good on it. I just don't think the writing was up to par. Honestly, I think I might lower my rating, but I'd have to watch it again.
I think I might lower my rating.
No, just like I've been thinking about that because I don't know.
I mean, I'm sad that you didn't like it quite as much as I did, but you know,
I just don't like it's so weird because you finished it and you were like, yeah. And I was like,
bro, I am so down to own this movie. Bro.
I was like, man,
I'll watch this. I'll watch this every year.
I was like,
I'll do it.
Man, that ending kind of sucked. That's what I was like. I was like, it was fun, but I don't know. Yeah, but hey, we'll have it on digital.
Indeed, I bought it for one of our family members, Blu-ray digital DVD. So, kind of a selfish purchase.
Then,
but still,
what came out, Robbie? What dropped?
I was gonna mention this.
Oh my gosh!
I watched The Weeknd's short film that debuted with his album After Hours. The short film looks really good, like production-wise, looks fantastic. But you know, I want to watch it again. I only watched it once, a while after the album already dropped. And you know what? It works. I like it. But apparently, people on Letterboxd seem to think it's cinema, so that's good enough for me. But anyway, yeah. What were you saying, Micah? What dropped?
What dropped after that?
What dropped? Cinema dropped. 2020 was born.
2020
again.
was born again. Are you gonna say what it is?
Oh, it was Citrus. Wow. Okay.
It's what's that? It says a Micah Grayway short film.
A Micah Grayway short film. It
Hey,
sure does.
that's me.
Hey, that's me.
What's that in the cast? Micah Grayway and Robert Grayway. Hey,
Robert Grayway.
That's us.
That's not the cast. That's the crew.
Oh, the crew. I mean,
I was about to say I was not in the cast of this. Don't go into this short film expecting to see me because I will not be there. Time after time.
We made a short film.
We did it. Yay! It's 2 minutes long.
We made it. Well, we made it in one day.
We made it within a span of like 10 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Whatever.
It was a lot of fun to make. I'm really glad I did. I think it's a really fun thing. I watched it again pretty recently, and I'm like, yeah. I'm pretty happy that I made this.
I wish we had a stable tripod for the opening shot.
Yeah.
Rather than doing it handheld.
It's actually interesting, and I think it's kind of crazy because just because I didn't expect it to happen. 30 people have watched it on Letterboxd, which that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
But also that like 2 people have given it 5 stars that I don't know. Like somebody that I do know has given it 5 stars.
Thank you, Haley. Thank you.
2 people I don't know at all gave it 5 stars, and I think that's pretty sick. Not to say that it has like a great average, even though it doesn't have an average yet, because a lot of people gave it like I think its most given review is 1 star.
I mean, honestly, I could conceivably see giving this like either 1 star or 4 stars or something like that.
Yeah, you either, from what I've seen from people's reactions, you either like it, you find it funny.
Yeah, you either find it funny or you're just like,
wow, that was pretty bad.
That was kind of bad.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
you know? We made it in a day.
We don't have a defense. We have no defense for this.
That one shot though is pretty sick. Following the Khalifa shot, that took a lot of work.
I did like 16 billion takes. I was just like,
All right, yeah. No, go check that out.
Someone just like busts into the door while we're recording that scene. They just see me with one gloved hand, one non-gloved hand, trying to match it.
So yeah,
it was hard.
Imgrayway Films on YouTube has that on there still.
Yeah.
Or you could just search Citrus 2020 short film probably.
Oh yeah, it'll come up. It's I think it's the top result.
Yeah, cool.
So
I saw that an actual like 2020 like movie or other short film or something came out called Citrus, and I was like, they're trying to steal my thunder.
They stole my idea.
All right. Then oh my gosh,
we watched.
Yikes! We watched the live action Mulan, where feminism was born.
Well, something happened to feminism in this movie.
Yikes!
You know. Here, let me read my Letterboxd review. This is one of the few that I had a Letterboxd review for. Not as bad as I anticipated, given Disney's past live-action remakes, but sadly not really anything of note.
You know what? I think I should read my review for it. This was my review. I put no one, everyone but Disney. You know, Amy, anytime someone calls attention to the breaking of gender roles, it ultimately undermines the concept of gender equality by implying that that's an exception and not the status quo.
That pretty much is the ultimate criticism.
That's
quoting Sonic Boom ended up being the ultimate criticism.
Pretty much. But beyond the fact that like the feminism in the story wasn't great, the movie was also not great.
Yeah.
The writing, the cinematography, the acting was fine. I don't know. I didn't have any problem with the acting. There wasn't anything of note.
No one gave like a stellar performance.
But yeah, just about everything about this was either really bad or really mediocre.
Yeah.
And the overall movie was really boring and kind of took what I think to be one of the best
you should watch
one of the best original story, original story. It's not an original story, but one of the best original movies from Disney, and turned it into whatever the heck this movie is.
You should go watch Just Right's video about Mulan, the new Mulan.
I don't watch a lot of Just Right, but maybe I should.
Did you watch his Knives Out video?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I think you know who he is.
I think I even reference his video in my video, Robbie.
Yeah, no, that's a good video.
I gave it 1.5 stars. I kind of hated it.
I said not bad, and not as bad, but nothing of note. It's still bad.
Yeah. Like in terms of overall filmmaking and movie, I would say this is like you have like, in my opinion anyway, there's nothing definitive. Like for live action remakes, you have like Aladdin, which is still only like a 3-star movie.
Dang.
Then probably
yikes, bro.
Like
yeah,
Mulan.
Feminism in Aladdin.
I mean, Mulan.
Oh my
we
gosh.
Need more female CEOs, Robbie. I would say Aladdin.
Go watch Lindsay Ellis's video.
Go watch Lindsay Ellis's video.
So you know what the heck
Aladdin.
we're talking
Aladdin.
about.
That's so good. One of my favorite Lindsay Ellis videos. Also, go watch her one about Beauty and the Beast live action.
Yes.
And Dumbo. Those are all really good videos. Anyway, yeah, I gave it 1.5 star. What came out after that?
Almost directly after, I think, because these were both Disney Plus kind of thingies. Was Stargirl.
I really don't remember Mulan being out that early, but I really didn't want to go see it when it was out.
Yeah, no, I was not down to watch this when it came out.
I was not down to pay $40 to watch it, especially.
So instead, we watched a different Disney Plus movie.
Take our money, Disney.
Well, they already did, Micah. They take it every month.
Yeah. Stargirl, though. Grace VanderWaal is in this.
You guys know Grace VanderWaal, right?
She was on AGT, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
It's like some show like AGT, and she won. And I haven't heard like anything about her for years until this.
You heard one of her songs off of one of her albums. She has a good album.
I don't know. Anyway, I've always liked her singing, and it turns out, she's a pretty okay actress.
Yeah, no, she gives an odd performance in this,
but she plays an odd character.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. It was pretty.
Haley. Okay, for the people listening to the podcast version, she said, Haley said, I play the ukulele. I took her brand. Of course, I know her.
Well, if playing the ukulele counts, I think like hundreds of thousands of teenage girls took
Okay,
her.
Micah, any teenage girl that plays the ukulele knows who Grace VanderWaal is. I know who Grace VanderWaal is. But yeah, Stargirl. Let's talk about Stargirl.
It's fine.
It's a novel adaptation, which I was not aware of going into it.
Yeah, and her mom's sitting there like, and we're like, what?
What?
And she's like, you guys have a novel.
You guys know the novel, of course.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh my gosh, Micah! The tagline for this movie is "Why be ordinary when you could be extraordinary?" And
Wow.
I'm like, life is good.
I think
It could be better.
life is good, but it could be better. But I think the real standout of this was probably the way it was shot, like the cinematography, especially during the music scenes,
The musical
like
sequences,
the band scene.
Baby, do it for your school. The school spirit. Be true to your school.
Yeah, the best stuff in this movie was the songs and
It's
like
true.
the way the songs were performed and shot and all that. Which is no surprise. I mean, the main actress is a musician. But no, yeah, that's about all I really have to say about it. I wasn't a huge fan of the main character or the romance side of things.
The romance kind of had some weak sauce, but it's fine.
I give it 3 stars. It was still like
It was a fun movie.
It was fun.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't watch it again, but it was very fun.
I might rewatch it one day, but not with like high hopes of it being great. It's just a pretty decent movie this year. If you like Grace VanderWaal, or you like the book, or you like I don't know, Disney movies, go watch it, and you might like it. I don't know.
Yeah. And then we watched The Death of Cinema.
Directly after the death of
Cinema.
Hey, it's another music movie. Another music movie, Micah.
We watched Trolls World Tour.
Trolls World Tour.
I hate it.
Okay, for some context, I like the first Trolls.
I think the first Trolls is
It's-
pretty enjoyable.
If not for if James Corden wasn't in it, it would be a solid half-star higher.
Yeah, that's true.
But I enjoy the first one.
Was it Karsten in this video talking about this?
What?
He was like, they could have taken. It may not have been Karsten. It may have been Lecture Phyllis or something that was talking about this. That were like, they could have taken any other troll with them, and they took the James
They
Corden
took James
troll.
Corden troll with them.
Man,
Oof.
I hate this movie.
Yeah,
It's the epitome, and I'll say this actually for several of these because they're so similar to like this feel. It's the epitome of those like modern 2020 kids movies, where they feel like they're going a mile a minute, but they're
nothing's
also
happening.
doing nothing, and it's also really horrible jokes.
oh gosh. Yeah, Trolls World Tour. Should I just read my letterbox?
I don't even think the soundtrack was anywhere near as good as the first one.
The soundtrack sucks.
The universe, the world building. I'm a big fan. I'm a writer.
Some might say I'm a world builder.
I am a writer. I also I've written stuff for stuff like video games, D&D, stuff like that. I am a writer. I love world building. This has the worst world
Oh
building
my gosh, it
you will
sucks so
ever
bad.
watch.
It sucks so
It's
bad.
horrible. They're like K-pop troll. What?
Does that mean there's Trolls Korea?
I have no idea what it means.
But anyway,
Yeah, and then like the Bergens just aren't there.
Bergens.
What happened to them?
They're there. Remember?
They're not there.
They're in like one scene.
Why couldn't the Bergens literally just show up to the rock trolls and be like, no,
but no,
or we'll
just
eat
eat
you.
them,
Like
yeah.
even if they won't eat them because they're good now,
They can threaten to eat
they can be like, we'll eat you if you don't. Like, easy solution, guys. You have now great friends who can eat trolls.
I went very easy on it in my letterbox review. I said I feel like the general musical premise of this had a lot more potential that wasn't really explored to my personal liking. Met emoticon, the little slash, and then. But to each his own, I suppose. It's pretty harmless overall, if not a little heavy-handed. Not a little heavy-handed, Robbie. A little heavy-handed.
A lot heavy-handed.
A lot heavy-handed.
Yikes.
I doubt I'll ever think about it again, and I haven't thought about it since then. So I guess I was right about that. So
I gave it 1.5 stars.
yeah, not good. Don't. I wouldn't recommend it.
Ayo. But you know what we watched next? You know what came out
Ayo.
next? You know what exists next?
My boy.
Date Night.
My boy.
The short film. That short film.
Soraya, please tell me you did not actually watch Trolls World Tour. It's not worth it. It's not worth that. That's time of your life that you're not getting back ever.
Okay. Anyway. Date Night. I actually helped put in the information for this
Date Night.
on TMDb.
You need to watch it.
This is, it's a short film by the guy who does High Top Films.
Yeah, Alex Hunter, my boy.
And I actually really liked this one. I think so far his short films have gotten progressively better. Though I have not watched The Plumber, so I couldn't tell you if The Plumber is better than this.
The Plumber is a very different kind of thing, similar tone, but I would say it's better. The lighting's definitely better.
I would say
the lighting alone is notable, like for The Plumber.
I would say
So
go
good.
watch Date Night though. It's really fun.
Yeah, go watch
It's got
Date
some
Night.
great cinematography, some great music, a fun thing going on. It doesn't do too much, but it is fun.
It's not trying to do too much.
Exactly.
It's fine. It's a. I wish. In my heart of hearts that this was on YouTube in native 4:3. It's 16:9 with the cropped black bars, and I literally died a little on the inside.
Robbie wants to watch things in 4:3.
I loved 4:3. It's my favorite aspect ratio.
I don't love 4:3. It's fine. I rated Date Night just because I like supporting like small short films to try and give them averages.
Yeah.
I rated it 4 stars.
Yeah, I didn't rate it. I gave it a like though. It's really it's fun. It's a fun one.
Next that came out was another piece of the death of kids cinema and the 2020 puzzle.
There's been so many.
There are
How do you keep
there are a
track,
million
Micah?
pieces in the death of 2020 kids cinema. This one was known solely as
Another novel
The
adaptation, Micah.
Willoughbys.
Yeah, it's the Willoughbys. What to say about this? This had Ricky Gervais in it.
It wasn't it written by Ricky Gervais or produced?
Is that
by Ricky
his name?
Gervais?
I don't remember. Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
I
he
couldn't
was-
remember if it was Ricky. I was like, that sounds
He was the main.
weird.
He was the main producer on it. But man, this is trash. Wow, we lost 3 people. I guess they don't like. I guess they all like.
they
the
heard
Willoughbys.
they heard Ricky Gervais. They're like, all right, I'm out, bro. That's the limit.
How to describe this movie in words?
It's not bad. I mean, it is bad, but it's not as bad as other movies we've covered, Micah, so far. I don't know why you hate this movie so much.
Listen, I really like animated movies, and I really like fun, like more kids animated movies. And this year killed me. It killed me because every kids movie like this that came out, Trolls World Tour, The Willoughbys, Scoob, the list goes on. They were all trash.
Yeah, no, not a great year for kids movies.
Like,
by I don't think anyone's standards.
Like, this was another thing where it was just a very basic, simple story, not that great of writing, and then just whatever the heck, like, you know. I feel like that's just the writing room of all of these movies. They're just like, that would be pretty funny, and they're like, that'd be pretty funny.
It'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, 40-year-old guy who has a kid who's already moved out.
Okay, Luke, you're British. Do you like Ricky Gervais? That's my question to you.
British Office.
Not necessarily as a person, but like his comedic sense as an actor, as a film man. He's a film man. He likes to consider himself a film man.
He's done lots of films.
But yeah, Willoughbys.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much to add. It was bad.
It's there's not really anything of note here.
I would never watch it
The
again.
animation is cool. I dig it, but outside of that, not much to write home about by anyone's standards, I don't think.
Luke says we say his name wrong. I've never heard anybody say his name differently from that.
How do you say his name so wrong? Is there
How do you say it in the UK?
There's like
I've heard everybody I know has said
Ricky Gervais. Maybe it's like Ricky Gervais or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's a hard G instead of a soft G.
I've never heard anybody say it like that, so I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure to memory anyway, when like Night at the Museum came out, I remember a little trailer being like Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais. Maybe that's just how American people say it. Maybe that's what it is. But anyway, moving on from the Willoughbys, not much to talk about there. Did you watch Rhubarb,
I watched
Micah?
something. Hold on. I watched.
Okay, Gervais is probably what it is then, something like that.
I don't know. You're British, you know, but I don't know. I've never heard it like that. So
Luke, see, I told you, Micah. Luke knows.
Anyway, I watched the Parks and Rec
special.
I
still haven't seen it. I probably should watch it at some point.
Which was right around when like the pandemic stuff was first starting. We were all in lockdown. That's like that was the beginning of all of this,
baby.
And it was really not great. I like these characters. I can't not like these characters. It's one of my favorite shows, Parks and Rec.
Yeah, no, it's dope. I don't think anyone's gonna argue
but
that.
I feel like they were doing this just because, like, there was no real plan for this. Like,
was it improv?
I don't think it was. It might have been. I can't tell with how weird the writing was and how bad some of the deliveries were.
It probably was, or something like that.
I mean, they improv a ton in the actual
yeah,
show,
exactly.
So, but like, I don't know. It was just very like, hey, we're coming, like it was very in your face, like, hey, we're doing this again to do it again. It's these characters you know and love.
Did they make money off of this?
I think it was for like a charity event or something.
Okay, good. I'm fine with it then.
But
I'm like, was it a soulless cash grab?
But no, like it wasn't awful, but it was just it wasn't good writing at all. It was just like, hey, these are the characters you like. Here they are.
There they are. Okay. There you go. Okay, that's valid enough.
Yeah,
then.
I don't know. I've never watched any.
Yeah,
of
I've never
like,
seen any of his like stand up or anything like that, so I couldn't possibly comment.
Yeah, I haven't even.
I've seen him in Nightmare at the Museum, or
Nightmare
Nightmare at the Museum. It's a much different movie. Than
I haven't even watched like The British Office, so I haven't seen like any of his stuff outside of stuff for family or kids.
Micah, it's Nightmare at the Museum is it's Adam Sandler instead of Ben Stiller. Directed by Josh and Benny Safdie.
That would go really hard. I think we should pitch that.
All right.
Yeah, I gave it 2.5 stars. It's nothing to write home about, but it's not good.
I watched Karsten's short film that came out a while ago, Rhubarb.
It came out this year.
Well, yeah, but it was a while ago. Like, it's not a recent. I mean, we're going in release order anyway. I don't know why I felt I had to specify. But Rhubarb, I watched it recently. That's why I felt the need to specify. I watched it like a couple days ago. And you know, it's odd. I don't know. I there are definitely better Karsten Runquist short films out there. But this was fine. It was fun. Ryan Gosling.
Ooh, Ryan Gosling.
They took him out of the cast. Never mind. They originally in Letterboxd they had Ryan Gosling credited as the keychain in this movie.
Wow. All right. Anyway, the next two movies we watched were The Death of Cinema. Like, not The Death of Cinema, because that sounds like a good thing. Okay. It was The Death of the Death of Cinema.
The Death of the Death of the Death of
to where
Cinema.
It's not a double negative.
All right.
It's a triple negative, which is still a negative.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, oh my gosh. I can't believe two of the worst movies of the year right next to each other, bro.
First up is Scoob. Okay, so
remember how hype film Twitter was for this?
So like I did not grow up watching a lot of Scooby-Doo stuff.
No, we weren't allowed to.
No,
were we not? I thought we weren't.
No.
Oh.
What? Why wouldn't we be allowed? It was just never on anything. We watched.
I mean, we used to watch Cartoon Network sometimes.
No, we didn't. That's what we weren't allowed to watch.
Oh. Well, only when like the Hanna-Barbera stuff was on. Remember, that's when we watched like the Jetsons and stuff. Yogi, we watched Yogi Bear, Micah. Do you not remember this?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, we were allowed to watch this. We just never did. I watched like 3 episodes of it growing up, but and then like recently we've gotten back into watching like Scooby-Doo stuff.
Mystery Incorporated, man.
Mystery Incorporated.
The show.
It's very good.
Very good show.
It's really fun.
I recommend.
I would recommend as well. I would also recommend the Bread Sword video where he ranks all of Scooby-Doo.
Oh my gosh.
He spent way too much time watching movies, so like go give him some money or something. I don't know.
Go give him money because he watched like 15 billion movies.
Yes. Yeah, Scoob though. I think the biggest thing, I think a thing that sums it up very well is the cast. If we read through this cast, we have Mark Wahlberg. And right now you're losing a star from me. The moment you say Mark Wahlberg, you lose a star.
Wow, my God.
You have Zac Efron as Fred, which I like Zac
Not
Efron.
a bad casting. I don't think.
No.
Well, maybe not for Fred.
I like Zac Efron a lot, but I hate him as Fred. It's so hilarious with all of the main characters.
I wish he would have done a voice for Fred. It just sounds like Zac Efron.
With all of the main characters, they were like, let's get those people because they're celebrities, not because they work with the characters, because I don't think any of Mystery Incorporated actually works with their characters. Like, Zac Efron says something as Fred, and I'm like, what are you doing, Zac Efron?
What are you doing, Zac Efron? He's getting
Um,
paid. That's what he's doing, Micah.
And then the real death of cinema, like the real point of this. So like, you have the cast, but the real reason that you can know that this is the worst thing ever, is that Simon Cowell is a major plot
Oh
point.
my gosh, Simon Cowell. How did it happen? How did this happen?
Simon Cowell.
Okay, I think you ranted about this on the back end of an episode one time, Micah.
I probably did. But anyway, Scoob is trash. The comedy doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
The story is kind of bad. It was trying to set up a cinematic universe. Didn't do a very good job.
Nope. I'm a Hanna-Barbera guy myself, but I did not enjoy Scoob.
Yeah, no. Go watch Mystery Incorporated. And
Go watch
ditch
Mystery
this.
Incorporated. It's much better. By the way, Luke, I did see your comment. Afterlife. I do know of it. My mom, I think, watched part of it at the very least, and I think she did like it. So I was curious, but I'd never seen something that he was in that I liked, so I was hesitant. But anyway, after that, Micah, do you want me to say what we watched next?
Yeah.
Okay, we watched, also, as Micah said, The Death of Cinema, Artemis Fowl. Disney Plus original, baby. And it sucks so bad.
This was, and I will stand by it, the worst movie of the year.
Worst of the year, probably.
And also trash. Probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen, actually.
It's for sure the most cursed Josh Gad role probably of all time.
Why was Josh Gad even in this?
I don't know. Why did it have such a serious tone? We don't know. It's
supposedly the books are good. My dad's read the books.
Yeah, our dad
He really
likes the
liked them.
books. Our dad likes the books. So go read the books, I guess. Maybe
Why
there's
is Colin
maybe
Farrell?
they're
I
good.
love Colin Farrell. Why is he in this movie?
Colin Farrell, my man.
like you look at it and you may be thinking, it's not that bad.
Can't
probably.
be that bad. It is a literary adaptation.
You're wrong.
No, it's literally it fails on
You're
almost
wrong.
every front. Almost every front
Like,
of storytelling,
It's
it
so
fails.
bad. It's so bad.
I don't know how it's this bad.
Like the pacing.
It's not
the
even. It's not
writing,
even bad
the acting.
in a way that's enjoyable to watch. It's just boring
No,
and
it's
bad.
so bad. I would never watch this again.
Please
willingly.
don't make me watch
Like
it.
if you paid me money, I might because.
Oh
like,
no! If you
that's
pay me money, I'll watch it again.
Also, Robert De Niro was a producer on this.
Nice, very very nice. Yeah, no, that's enough. I've already wasted enough time of my life thinking about this movie. So
I rated it a 0.5 star.
yeah. But anyway, we watched something that was actually very good right after that. Or at least something that was very good released after that. We only watched this for the first time about a week ago. Yeah. But yeah,
it's If Anything Happens, I Love You, a short
Netflix original
short. Yeah,
good stuff.
it's about a school shooting.
I'm all down for very good 2D animated films that are like have like a minimalistic animation
So
style.
like for me personally, if I'm gonna turn on something sad that I know is gonna be sad,
Micah's like, I know this
I
is gonna be
usually
sad.
do it at a time designated to be sad. Not
Micah sets apart like 1 hour every day to be sad.
But when we watched this, my mom turned it on while we were eating lunch. We are eating food, and this thing is playing, and I'm like,
Why would you do this to me? Micah's like crying into his chimichanga.
exactly. That's literally what happened. But it was good. The animation was really cool. I don't think there's too much to write home about. It was a short, but it was fine. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely check it out. If it interests you at all. Of course, the trigger warning we did already say it was about a school shooting. So
Yeah.
But anyway, it's very beautiful. I like it.
Oh boy, Robbie.
I dig. I basically anything that's minimalist 2D animation. I dig.
Oh boy, Robbie.
What did you watch? Micah?
Next, I watched.
What did you watch?
The Netflix original, amazing anime movie, that was one of my favorites of the year when I watched it, just because there had been nothing good that came out yet.
Barbara, what have you done?
A Whisker Away.
Micah the Barbara, what have you done?
Oh boy. A Whisker Away.
Whisker Away. It's an anime.
It's an anime. I do love me some anime.
Hey,
but
this was your favorite of the year, Micah.
for like until I watched something decent. Like I gave this like 3.5, so like it's not awful, but the fact that a 3.5 movie was like favorite of the year for a bit just because there wasn't anything good is sad. Interesting to note about this.
Interesting tidbit.
It's kind of very weird.
It's very weird. I watched a couple scenes of it, and it's
kind of.
I was a little uncomfy, a little
like,
weird.
So the main story is this girl. She falls in love with this guy at her high school, and she runs into this cat guy.
He was a punk.
And he's like,
She did ballet.
I can give you a way to become a cat or
to
something.
become a cat. Why?
And
We don't know.
She puts on this mask and becomes a cat.
She becomes a cat
She goes and is this guy's cat
for some reason.
And she imagines in her mind that he likes her.
Well,
this was my favorite of the year.
This was his favorite movie of the year, Micah. You obviously have impeccable taste.
Oh, it's like they end it really well, and they don't spend too much like time on the fact that that's really creepy. And like he ends up like actually liking her, but like
for who she is, Micah.
Not cat her.
Accepting her for who she is.
But like the first half of this movie, you're like,
yeah, no, I caught the opening. I went and got a shower. I saw part of the scenes where they were together as cat and human, and I was like, you know what? I am not going to watch this movie. I'm going to go do something else.
My review is, well, 2020 sure is a strange time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gave it 3.5. It was still good. It just was odd. Then what did we watch, Robbie?
Then we watched not a movie, but a taping of a Broadway musical.
Hamilton.
Fun times. Hamilton's very good. 5 stars.
Yeah, like Hamilton's good. There's not really anything else to say about it.
I don't know.
Like,
I could sit here and talk about Hamilton all
like,
day.
yeah,
if you
but
want me
like
to.
if we're talking about like stuff from like a movie standpoint, it's not a movie.
It's pretty bare bones.
It's a stage
sense.
play. It's
Yeah.
a recording of a stage play. It's like
It's
I
all
don't
right.
know. It's fine. It's like the musical is amazing.
The performances are good.
I love
from a movie standpoint. That's something that crosses over. The performances are good.
Yeah,
The cast, the original cast for this musical is outstanding.
Songs
Daveed
are great.
Diggs,
Daveed Diggs,
my man.
We need more Daveed Diggs and everything.
But yeah, no, not too much to mention really. I mean, it's my favorite musical maybe besides something like La La Land. It's my favorite Broadway musical.
Once I finally got like some other good movies, I took this off my 2020 ranked because it didn't come out in 2020.
Yeah,
like the recording,
the
did,
musical. Yeah,
but this wasn't even performed in 2020. So
that's why you were like, Robbie, why don't you put it on your 2020 ranks?
No, I put it on there because I had nothing on there.
And
now
I
that I have
like,
things on there.
But yeah, no, Hamilton.
Very good. Go watch it if you have Disney Plus.
It's really good, in my humble opinion. If you don't like it, more power to you. But you know, I don't get Hamilton hate. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, like I know some people who are just like, yeah, it's not really for me. But like,
yeah, I get that.
I don't know anybody who's like Hamilton is the death.
Hamilton's
of
musicals. The death of musicals. Yeah, no, I don't get it.
Next was the death of musicals. Is what?
Wait, are you mentioning this, Micah?
Yes, we both watched.
Oh my gosh, I skipped this when I was making my list.
Tiny Diamond Goes Back to School.
Tiny Diamond Goes Back to School.
Trolls original short.
This was on the DVD, Blu-ray. I think we'd rented the Blu-ray for Trolls World Tour, and this was on it.
It was better than Trolls World Tour.
It was better than the entirety of Trolls World Tour, surprisingly. As you can see with this stunning poster, how could it not be?
Graphic design was their passion.
But yeah, no, it's fine. I've always dug the scrapbook stuff from Trolls, like the little 2D stuff. I always thought it was kind of funny, kind of cute. But you know,
Yeah,
it's fine. Whatever.
It's not like aggressively awful.
Yeah, no, it's actually the scene where he's dancing is pretty funny. I laughed.
I don't remember that at all.
Do you not remember this short at all, Micah?
Not especially.
It's Tiny Diamond's first day at a new school, and he has to figure out what to wear.
Anyway, the next thing
How do I remember
the next thing that released was
I have the suckiest memory of anyone in my family, and I'm like, yeah, Tiny Diamond has his first day at school.
my Venom.
Oh, do I need
my
to do
Venom
that too?
Sleep
We both
pants.
look at that. We both have.
We're so edgy.
We're so coordinated. Look, it's Jack Skellington. Ayo.
Anyway, we watched the Chinese movie.
Is it Chinese?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Double World.
Double World.
It's
boring.
It's fine. We saw it on Netflix, and my mom was like, "Hey, that looks interesting."
Hey.
And I was like, "Yeah, it looks fine."
Someone has fallen into the river in Lego City.
And then someone has fallen in the river at Lego City.
Hey.
And ended up being fine. I think this would work a million times better as a TV show.
It would work a billion times better as like a miniseries or something.
Or like, yeah,
yeah,
like
a TV show, miniseries,
TV
something
show.
like that.
But the story,
wholeheartedly
this thing is so long, like so long, and it feels like I don't know if this is an adaptation. I feel like it has to be, right?
It has to be based off of something that was written,
like it's gotta be
not for screen.
It's gotta be an adaptation because like it's so like they do it's so long, but yet it feels like they have to spend so little time on everything.
Yep.
Like all the characters, all the plot points. They're like, yeah, we have to do it now because the story is so big. Like it's such a broad story. So much happens. Like it could be split into literally probably like 3 movies.
Oh no, it definitely could have. With how much happens in this, you could have made a trilogy out of it.
And it probably would have been better because like they sacrifice it being like good to fit it all in there, essentially.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
It had some decent like CGI, some decent action. Made me want to go watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is 1 bajillion times better than this.
I gave it 3 stars because I enjoyed it, but really it's like a 2.5 star movie.
Yeah. But anyway, what did you watch anything else in between? Okay, no. All right. Next up, we watched a short film? ? It's like 40 minutes long or something.
It's not a short film. It's just not feature length.
But it's Speed Cubers. Is that the full name?
The Speed Cubers.
Speed Cubers.
So there's actually a lot of interesting history for us personally with this one, because I don't remember when, but like sometime like 2 maybe 3 years ago, the 2 of us got into the speed cubing scene. A lot of people have never even like heard of it.
Don't even know, yeah.
They didn't know that speed cubing is a thing, that there's competitions for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we got into it. It's a really nice thing. It's a cool community.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a very fun community. That's half the reason we stayed in it so long.
Right. I would definitely suggest, I've made some good, like I made some friends that I still have now in it, but I would definitely suggest, you know, if you're good at if you can solve a Rubik's Cube, go to one. Even if you don't compete. If you show up to a competition, they're fun.
Indeed they are.
But yeah, we had a lot of like personal history in speed cubing, and we had been to several competitions. We've competed in a couple competitions. We met and had him sign our cubes.
Yeah,
with the former world record holder on 3x3, which was really funny because his record got beaten the day that we got him to sign our cubes.
I still can't believe it.
Like the odds of that happening, his record getting broken the day we meet him.
But yeah, no. So were you just saying all that to be saying like we're a little biased on whether or not we enjoyed
I was just saying that because we have like to say that it was interesting to watch because we had some history with speed cubing.
Yeah.
This released and it's about if I'm not mistaken,
Max Park. Yeah, Max Park and Felix Index.
Which
2 very well-known people if you know about speed cubing at all. I don't know. It's a fun little documentary, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think it's really well done. I kind of wish it was just feature length, just to where I could add it to my list. It would probably like there's a reason it's not like they just didn't have. There isn't enough there to make it feature length.
I think I think a YouTuber financed all of this, if I'm remembering correctly, one of the speed cubing YouTubers. Because I remember that Cubicle announced that a documentary was coming out, but I don't remember when or who was behind it. So,
but yeah, it's actually really interesting. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's good.
It's well done. I
Good
don't
stuff.
have much to say about it.
If Rubik's cubes or any sort of small competitive sport interest you at all, you might like this. So.
Yeah, it's like Boys State, but smaller and shorter, and with Rubik's cubes.
Heyo.
But also, and I put this in my review on Letterboxd just for slight bragging rights. My fastest 3x3 solve is 9.267 seconds. That is.
Yep.
Not in competition. If that was in competition, I would be so happy. I think my fastest in competition is like 19 or something.
Probably something like that. I don't know. It's hard to get good times when you're under pressure, Micah.
There's a lot of pressure for that. But yeah, that's just bragging rights. Go watch the Speed Cubers.
Yeah, fun times.
Ooh.
Then we watched Damien Chazelle, Micah.
Chazelle.
Damien Chazelle. Choosy moms choose Chazelle. That's what I say.
Yeah. The stunt double. It was made for Apple.
Apple's promo for the new iPhone X camera, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think so. But it was wow, I can't speak. It was shot vertical.
I watched it on my iPhone X as it was intended.
Which is actually pretty cool, like for what it is. Like I'm not gonna say vertical is better than horizontal. It's not. But I think vertical filmmaking can be really cool if you actually make it to be vertical and they're not.
Yes, exactly. As long as these shots are actually, as long as a cinematographer takes time to compose shots that are meant to be vertical.
And this is one of the few things where I've seen like vertical shots look really nice.
Oh yeah. No.
That being said, there's really not much here. Some of it, it was, and the CGI in it looked pretty bad.
It was all done on the iPhone, right? All of it?
I think like all of it, editing and everything was done exclusively on the iPhone.
It looks pretty good for that. So,
it's fun. It's fine. It's an ad.
I said it's a bit of a one-trick pony, but I would gladly take more Chazelle content.
Yes,
Damien Chazelle is my favorite director, so I'm glad he at least released something this year.
All right, then the next thing that came out was an American Pickle, which is actually one of my favorites of the year.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, Seth Rogen. I'm not a Seth Rogen fan at all.
I love how everybody always writes off this movie. Like, just hearing the title and then hearing that Seth Rogen is the creator of it.
Hearing the description and seeing that Seth Rogen.
Everybody's just like, okay, that's going to be really stupid.
Going to be horrible and really stupid. But, like,
it's actually
like a really decent comedy.
Take it from two teenage white guys. It's actually really good.
Take it from two teenage white guys telling you their thoughts on movies. It's pretty good. I can't believe it's got a 2.8 average. That's kind of sad.
I mean, that's almost a 3. That's but I wish 3's right around where it should be.
But I wish it was like a 3. Like I wish it was like a 3.
I wish it was like a 3.5 or something. Deep in my heart, that's what I wish it was.
This is by far my favorite Seth Rogen role.
Oh,
Herschel.
Not even a contest.
Usually I really, really dislike Seth Rogen.
It's not even a contest.
He annoys me so much most of the time. But like in this, like Herschel was actually a really fun character that I much enjoyed watching. It was pretty funny. It kind of
How about that romance, Micah?
It kind
love story for the ages.
It kind of leaned a little bit into like Borat style comedy in the fact that it's like a guy doing an accent like in America and saying things like not understanding culture and everything. It's not real. It's not like real people.
Borat.
It's not like actual people like they do with Borat, but like it has similar vibes when it comes to its comedy.
I guess so.
I can see that. I really enjoyed it. I give it 4 stars. Probably 3.5 would be a solid like rating.
I think a 3.5 is probably what it needs to be at.
But it was really fun, and it's been one of my favorites of the year.
Well, there you go. Why not? You know, it's probably my favorite comedy this year. I don't know what other comedies were there. You can go on to the next movie.
Next I watched. Well, not next, but the next release I watched
Yeah,
was The Sleepover.
It's my favorite
a
comedy
Netflix
of the year.
original. Man, it's horrible. It's like
The
Spy Kids,
Sleepover?
but
Oh
like
no, I
it's
caught
like-
the last 10
it's like
minutes of
Spy
this.
Kids, but awful.
It's like if Spy Kids
Um,
didn't have Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah, or any good actors.
Oh, got him. Okay, geez.
Yeah, no, there's really nothing to talk about with this. It's bad. It looks bad. It
It's
is bad.
Micah's like, film bad, don't watch.
It's not funny. It doesn't have good writing.
No, this doesn't deserve the status of film. It's a movie. It's
Right, it's a movie. It's not a film. I gave it 1.5 stars. Then I watched.
Wow.
I did. That was my best attempt at doing the Tenet
Well,
score.
there you go.
But I watched Tenet.
He watched Tenet without me.
I watched it in theaters. And
No, I don't
Robbie was
mind.
too cheap to go see it in theaters.
Hey, I wasn't invited. I wasn't about to barge in. I wasn't about to. I
Well,
wasn't
I'm
about to
saying,
be
like,
that guy.
I'm saying like after.
Oh
that.
no, I'm not paying that much money to go see Tenet.
Well, don't worry.
Hey, you bought it
I
now.
bought it
I
for
can just watch it
Christmas
when it
because
gets
you
here.
guys pressured me to get it instead of getting a Criterion movie.
You don't like Criterions, Micah. You
No,
denounced
I
them,
like
remember?
I dislike Criterion as a company, but there were sick covers for Moonrise Kingdom.
Okay,
and Pan's
Tenet. What are
Labyrinth.
your non-spoiler thoughts on Tenet? 'Cause
Yeah,
I haven't seen
I
it.
realized how long we're going. Yeah, Tenet. No spoilers.
Well, I wanted it to go this long. That was the goal.
It's really fun. I really need to watch it again. Like, it's one that, while I wouldn't say it doesn't make sense, like a lot of people were like coming out and saying like, oh, it makes no sense at all. I don't think that, but I think that they leave it open-ended enough that like you spend a lot of your time just trying to pick up on it. Like, it doesn't tell you enough to where you're not like having to spend all of your effort watching the movie to like pick up on different things to where it makes sense in the end. And with that, I really don't know that I can like judge it 100% objectively. Well, I mean, nobody can. But like objectively in the sense where like I'm not just like, yeah, that's sick.
Bro, I love Tenet. Did you go see it?
Because I like without a second watch, it was really fun and it was like extremely Christopher Nolan. Like, this was Christopher Nolan leaning all the way into Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolaniest.
Sad how great it was though.
Micah, could you not hear the dialogue?
Wow. I gave it 4.5 stars. That rating might go up, it might go down, it might go left, it might go right, depending on my next watch of Tenet.
All right. Hopefully it'll be with me. We can only hope.
No, I'm
Micah.
gonna watch it without you guys.
How could you? Okay. Well, after that, did you watch what I think you watched? Yes. Okay. After that, we did an episode on Phineas and Ferb, Candace Against the Universe.
Go check it out. Summarized thoughts.
Yeah, summarized thoughts.
Nowhere near as good as the show or the other movie.
I am only glad this exists if it leads people to the show. It's just
Right. It
leads a younger generation to the show.
Not a big fan, but you know,
Not great.
go watch Phineas and Ferb. It's literally one of the best shows to come out.
Just in general, ever. So yeah, do that.
I gave it 2.5 stars. Then we also, like, what came out next, we've also done an episode on,
Yes.
which was Wolf Walkers.
Yes.
We actually just recently did an episode on, like, 2 episodes ago.
Best of the year. Best of the
Yeah,
year.
my favorite of the year.
It's not my favorite of the year, but it is the best. I think.
My favorite of the year. I would call it the best of the year. It's really good. Go listen to our episode on it.
So,
Go support Irish cinema.
so good. Cartoon Saloon, you have won me over.
I gave it 5 stars.
It's so good. Okay. Yeah, Wolfwalkers. And then the next movie we watched, we have not done an episode on, and hopefully we'll never do an episode on, because I don't want to have to watch it again. One of my most liked reviews of the year, mind you, was for Cats and Dogs 3 Paws Unite.
Heck yeah.
And my review, the entirety of it just says society. That's the whole thing. You
This
can't
is
read it.
actually my most liked review ever for this too.
Oh, really?
This was the movies. This movie was based on, ranked on how much they're used for the plot. And I went number 1, Kingsman: The Secret Service. Number 2, Boss Baby. Number 3, Rio. Number 4, Ocean's 11. Number 5, Up. Number 6, The Penguins of Madagascar. Number 7, Despicable Me 2. number 8, G-Force, number 9, Toy Story 4, and number 10, the previous 2 Cats and Dogs movies. And yes, I put all of those on there for a specific reason while watching the movie.
Yeah, we were literally watching it and we're like, this is just like that one movie. They literally have the Ocean's 11 send-off scene.
Right? I could have put the Royal Tenenbaums on here too.
That's true, you could have if you really wanted to.
I think the most notable thing, or at least the thing I remember the most, is the elevator scene with the 2 kids, just because we were sitting there making fun of that and being like, if this was like a satire comedy, this would be the funniest thing ever.
I was making like the funniest jokes. I was on that night.
Right. It was really like what he was coming up with was hilarious. The movie was not.
The movie was not funny.
I gave it 2 stars.
I'm sorry, not funny, didn't laugh. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh yikes!
Cats and Dogs 2 though, Revenge of Kitty Galore. I'll stand that movie.
Oh my gosh, why did we do episodes on so much that came out around here?
Because it was like newer stuff.
Okay. The next thing that released, and we did an episode on it, was Enola Holmes.
Enola Holmes. Netflix original.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, not good.
Yeah, not good.
I went easy on it on the episode, trying to be the voice of reason and sanity, and I don't know that this movie deserved reason and sanity. Henry Cavill. Yeah. I mean, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah,
she's
Bobby
fun
Brown's
in this.
Fine.
Yeah.
But Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. Go listen to our episode about it. I think we actually do a pretty decent discussion on it.
All right.
Next, what did we do that we also did an episode on?
I watched The Plumber.
We did not do an episode
which we did not do an episode on. There is a fair warning if you do end up checking out any of the movies we watched. The Plumber does have some not stuff for younger audiences. It probably is best for people who are adults, just as a fair warning.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah, it's very good though. I do not endorse its content, but I do endorse its craft.
All right. Then after that, we did something that we did an episode on.
Yes,
we did Hubie Halloween came out.
Hubie Halloween.
Fun movie.
Freaking Hubie Halloween, baby.
Fun movie.
It's fun. It's not great.
Our episode we talk about it did like the best breakdown you probably could of it, because there really isn't that much there to break down. It's fun, it's bad, but it's like, it's perfect. It's purposefully bad.
Hubie's a lovable character, I'll say.
Hubie in his little thermos.
Hubie Dubois. I stand.
Yeah, right.
Good times. I'll probably end up watching this like every Halloween or something.
Right, it's so fun.
It's a fun little movie.
I'll watch it on Halloween.
I'm not gonna deny myself a fun movie.
Then after that, we watched another thing that we did on the podcast.
Whoa! Wow, we're on a roll there. I guess
we watched Run.
Anish Chaganty, my man. Sepho Hanan, my man. Literally everything involved in this movie rocks.
We did an episode on it. Go listen to that. It's a good episode. Go watch Run. Do it.
Go watch Run. Do it.
If you don't have a Hulu subscription to watch it, get one.
Get a new email address so you can sign up for a free trial.
Haley, I'm pretty sure you haven't seen it.
Wait, she hasn't seen Run?
You can.
Okay, she has to watch it.
You come over and watch it sometime. We have Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah, no, it's very good. Anish Chaganty's second movie.
One of my favorites of the year.
4 stars. Go watch. Go watch the movie. Go listen to our episode on it.
Yep.
Then what did we watch, Robbie?
Then we watched.
Not what did we watch? What came out? We're so used to doing our what we watched that we're like, then what came out?
What did we watch?
Then what came out?
What came out was literally one of my all-time favorite movies now. Soul. My boy Pete Docter literally can't miss. He literally can't miss.
He can miss. But he doesn't do it very often. But anyway, Soul is great.
Holy cannoli. I love it so much.
It's a very much, in my opinion, 4.5-star movie. Not quite there for 5 stars for me.
Yeah, that's probably true.
There's some things that I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of. Mainly like just small, like nitpick things, like some of the pacing, some of the characters, some of the choices.
I've seen some people bring up that it's literally, like it's people of color representation on screen, but it's literally written for white people.
Yeah,
which is not great. But other than that, I kind of love almost everything about this movie.
Yeah, no, it's got like Pete Docter is always insanely good with like themes and like Up, like Up, Inside Out, Monsters Inc. Less so with Monsters Inc. because it's Monsters Inc. But
Yeah.
like Inside Out, Up, and Soul all have pretty big like themes and questions that they talk about.
I think I kind of agree with Shafrilis that Soul, Inside Out, Coco make a really good trilogy.
That would make a good trilogy.
And I just wanted to point that
the Dead Emotion trilogy.
Exactly, the Dead Emotion trilogy.
Yeah, no, that would be really good. I actually left a pretty detailed review for this, so definitely go check that out.
I left a very heartfelt review. This is one of the only movies that has ever made me cry.
If you search Micah on Letterboxd, MICAH Micah, and you see
screaming Timothy,
that's me.
Timothy Chalamet screaming.
It's also I think it's games_things.
It is. That's your @.
So yeah, go check out my review for Soul. I'm gonna do like a full video review on it like sometime next month.
I literally love it so much. It'll probably be,
or should I say, next year.
Okay. Yes. It's literally, I can't recommend it to you enough. It's literally one of my favorites.
You know, it's kind of weird, and I noticed this
ever.
With the Sorted of coming out. This is before a bunch of things that came out before it.
Yeah, what's up with this? What is it sorted by?
Mine's sorted by
release date
mine's
too.
Sorted by release date.
Maybe it's other countries' release dates.
Because I've noticed this with a lot of things. A lot of these things have been out of order in what I've known them to release in.
Well, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah. But Soul was like
released like 4 days ago or something.
Anyway, the next thing that released, maybe not, we don't know, is Over the Moon.
Over the Moon,
which
significantly worse than Over the Garden Wall, but that's to be expected.
Which in the landscape of 2020 kids movies, this is the best one, the best out of like those, like not including Soul and Wolfwalkers, obviously, but like, you know, it's fine. This one was a musical. And it was okay.
I'll just read my Letterboxd review for it. I said it's a bit clunky in its structure and pacing, but it's still good on the whole. The story beats can feel a little contrived, but that's pretty much par for the course when it comes to animated kids movies.
The villain is the death of cinema?
I still found myself getting invested emotionally.
The villain is the death of cinema? Is that what you said?
And I literally said it's like literally you need to adapt this to Broadway right away. Do it.
Okay,
it would be so much better on Broadway.
The concert song and the ping pong rap.
The ping pong rap.
The ping pong rap battle, I should say. The
ping pong rap battles of history, Mike.
Oh boy. Yeah, there are some things that I think are really rough about this movie, especially in the story writing department.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's not, I liked it.
A lot of the songs were fun, but not very memorable. The animation looked great. It was cute. It was fine. It wasn't aggressively awful like most of the kids' movies that came out this year.
Yeah, I was about to say it was a breath of fresh air.
It was not a breath of it was not a breath of fresh air. It was a
breath of regular air in a smoggy city.
You were holding your breath for a while, and you got a little taste of the O2.
I see. All right. Well. Anyway, next up on the list, I don't know what this order is because The Witches came out forever ago. I don't know when.
I don't know. But anyway, we did an episode on it. We did The Witches on the podcast, which it's bad.
Yeah, not good.
Go listen to our episode about it.
Not good. Stanley
Robert
Tucci is-
Zemeckis needs to stop
He
directing.
needs to just stop. He needs to be stopped. I'm sorry, Yossi, if you ever listen to this. Robert Zemeckis must be stopped.
He really must be, honestly. Like Back to the Future, I like it.
Eh.
And that's it. That's the only one
That's
I've.
it.
That's the only movie
Micah,
I've seen
and
of
that's-
his that I
that's it.
like.
That's all of them. That's the entire. That's it.
Yeah, though I haven't watched Back to the Future 2 or 3, so I don't know if they're any good.
But yeah, moving on, we watched Once Upon a Snowman.
Which, I watched the Shrifulis video that said I watched this so you don't have to, and then they made me watch it, and it was
It's
it was
bad.
It was just as bad as his video said it was. It adds no depth. It adds depth that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, don't watch it. Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time.
If you are a hardcore Frozen fan, I guess watch it. But it's literally there's no other reason to.
It's not good. It's just not.
Yes.
What came out after that, Robbie?
My favorite short film of all freaking time.
We see you.
Opal.
Opal.
My girl Opal. Opal. Look at it's
Heck
Opal.
yeah.
It's it's Opal.
It's a Jack
Stober. My boy. Literally okay. Fun story. Jack Stober. I discovered him on YouTube a couple years ago now, I guess. Like I've been watching a lot of his stuff since then. I had never listened to his music before I watched it for the first time anyway. And it's I honestly can't believe that this guy is as under the radar as he is. His stuff is so good.
Yeah, like his stuff is great. This was an Adult Swim.
He made this
short.
It's Adult Swim Smalls is what they're called.
Smalls. That's what they're called. I would 100% suggest this. This thing is like amazing.
Yes.
I would also suggest Shop, which is another short film by him.
That he did, yeah. It was another Adult Swim.
But this is Opal is like a horror musical thing.
Horror musical.
That's really sick. I love it. It's
I dig it so much.
His style works so well with horror.
It really does.
Because his stuff is so like.
It's so good.
I just lost the word I was looking for. His style is so like unnerving. That's what I was going for.
I could see that.
Pair that with like horror stuff, and it's so good.
Oh my gosh! Literally, okay. If you watch anything from this list, watch Wolfwalkers and watch Opal. I think are the two that you really have to.
Let me see. Let me double check that.
I mean, I would say watch Soul, just because I love it so much.
Wolfwalkers, Opal. Yeah.
So
those are the ones that you.
Those are the ones that you. Those are required watching, guys. You need to watch
to be a recently loved fan. You must watch Opal, Soul, and Wolfwalkers.
Nothing will beat watching Opal for the first time on my iPad. Like 4:3, baby.
Oh, boy.
Guys, the soundtrack is killer. Everything is killer. Go watch Opal.
All right.
That's next. Yes.
Next.
Next up, Alien Xmas.
A 42-minute, technically not feature length, but it's not short. Again,
it's a claymation film.
Yeah,
very fun.
It was fine.
So is Opal to an extent.
Yeah, it uses some claymation, but that's
it's mainly claymation.
Jack Stober does like claymation combined with live action.
He does like every medium of animation. He does.
Even live action people animate. Oh wait.
Yeah.
But yeah. Alien Xmas was fine. It was kind of heavy-handed. It was just okay.
I mean, I probably would have liked it as a kid. It was fine. Yeah.
I don't know.
There's not much to say about it. It was Netflix original, right? I believe.
I don't know. I don't think so, but it might be.
I think it was. But anyway.
I think it was just something that was on Netflix, but I don't remember. It was fine. I didn't rate it or anything. I didn't give it a like, though. It was just...
We watched it right at the beginning of, like, the Christmas season. So.
I probably would never watch it again.
Yeah, no, there's not really anything there that's worth revisiting, so...
Then
the animation looked good, though.
Then...
no!
Then next that came out was... The Croods: A New Age, which we watched like just last night.
Literally last night, a couple hours
ago. Theaters.
with this, okay, I had not been to a theater at all this year. 2020, I literally didn't step foot in the theater, and literally the day before New Year's Eve, I went and saw The Croods: A New Age in theaters.
So let me just say, I like the first Cruise. It's not amazing.
Yeah, no, it's a fun movie. It's
But
like it's kind of like the first Despicable Me
or like Ice Age
or something like that. All the DreamWorks franchises that like are pretty mediocre overall or just bad, but had a fun first.
They had a fun first run. I really like. Yeah, I enjoy the Crudes. I will watch the Crudes. I won't watch it a lot, but
No.
like I'll watch it if it's on.
I'll watch it for Emma Stone.
And then this was so insane, and not a good insane.
It feels like some weird fever dream I had.
No, it does. Like thinking back on it, you're like, what the heck happened in that movie?
Like what?
Because that was the weirdest thing ever. Like, and I know, like I said earlier, I would say it quite a bit, that like 2020 kids movies, or at least the modern kids movie, since it's not specifically 2020, is just, I swear, it has to be just a bunch of people, probably 40-year-old guys,
40-year-old white guys,
sitting around in a room with a base story. They're like, all right, here's our story. And they're like, so this would happen. And then wouldn't it be hilarious if they were giant bananas?
Oh my gosh.
like it's just like, I feel like that's how this had to have been written. Just a bunch of people like, wouldn't it be hilarious if this random thing happened? Because that's all this movie is. It has yeah, there's like a consistent plot, but it has no real plot. It has no good like character development, really, in my opinion. It's
like everything on a script level is so dang surface level that,
right.
Because I'm like, Micah, it does have like a plot, stuff happens, people grow, but it's all just really surface level and you don't care about any of it.
And not only that, not only do you have all of that, but like the plot itself is the most basic thing ever.
Yeah.
Like you have the typical,
not good.
You have two extremely stereotypical stories. You have the one which is young couple who one of them has not met like a bunch of this person's former friends or something, and then they run into a childhood friend, and that they were like best friends with, and they're like, you know, they're best friends. They like probably hug, they probably hang out, they probably do whatever, and this person is mad about it. This person thinks that this person likes this person.
They got
more than
real
this person.
jealous, Mike.
And then that kind of goes out of control and spirals like every movie. And it's really, and then the other one is family meets other family, do things differently, mesh together.
Shenanigans ensue.
And you have both of those meshed together and then put into the Croods universe.
Why did the Croods get dumber in this?
Right?
Like what?
Right? Like that's my thing, and that was actually what I was thinking whilst watching it. I was like, wait a minute. Did they lose their character development from the first movie? Did they regress?
It's the Incredibles 2 of
it's
the
like
Croods universe.
It's like Incredibles 2. They just like are back.
They're just back to how it started, pretty much.
Yeah, and then they had that stupid eating scene that
Oh my
reminded me
gosh.
way too much of the Good
Good
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur,
For
Good
my
Dinosaur.
own good. I was like, oh no.
I hated it.
The comedy.
I hated it so much.
The comedy in this was like exactly what I dislike in comedy, which is just whatever stupid thing that they can come up with happening as fast as possible. Throw as much to the wall as you can, and like two things will stick. But like do it as fast as you can, and most of it's really stupid.
Okay, I have three positives for this movie.
Positives.
One, Nicolas Cage as Grug saying "Society" does happen in this movie.
Which Grug saying "Society"?
Nicolas Cage as Grug saying "Bronana bread" or something like that.
Bronana bread, yes, that happened.
That's
I
a
think.
win. And three, Emma Stone being in a movie.
Okay,
those are the three wins.
Okay, but you can't get over the sound design of the fight scene between the two dads in the Punch Monkey place. The sound design, Robbie. The sound design. The sound design.
I'm not I hope I never have to watch this again.
I hope I never have to hear that sound ever again.
Oh man, yeah, no, this movie's bad. You might like it. I mean, it's a comedy. It's a family comedy. If you like that,
Oh yeah,
you might like
and
it.
the only other thing they had that was like the only other thing joke wise that they had that wasn't like haha and then haha like this thing happens and then this thing happens and oop he threw bamboo in the guy's eye.
Oh,
Like
that was kind of a fun motif.
Like stuff like that. Like besides stuff like that, they had what the first movie had, but even worse was like, wow, it's this thing, but old. Like because
no, that was so much worse in this movie.
And it's worse in this movie. For a prime example of this would be the window.
Oh my gosh!
Because instead of just being like, wow, look at that, that's kind of funny, they had that, but it's it's not modern technology. They had it back then. Like it was
back in the day.
It's kind of like a funny reference to something, and you're like, hey,
yeah, that's
kind of
funny.
They're like, Funk's entire character is just he found the window, which is TV, and he was obsessed with TV now. And it doesn't make sense.
Not a bad idea for a joke. Literally the worst possible execution.
Right? Oh.
But yeah, no, don't go watch this in theaters. Go wait for it to be free or something. Haley said it, and this was all my idea. Yeah, we went and saw this with Haley.
Yeah, Haley.
Yeah.
I thought for a second she was referencing the movie.
Haley's like, it was me, Barry. I wrote the screenplay.
It was me, Barry. I wrote the screenplay. I ran forward in time and wrote it when I was 4 because that's the level of screenwriting skill that was put into this. Oh.
All right. Well, we got 3 things left. I
have like 1 thing left.
Oh, okay. I had 3 other things I wanted to cover.
But the next one to come out is Wonder
last major
Woman
release
1984 to be specific.
Wonder Woman 1984 or just WW84.
So to open
as the cool kids call it.
To open up, I will say the first little thing of my review, which is meow.
Wow.
Which I think sums up this movie pretty well. Yeah. You see this poster? See how nice and
the posters for this are dope.
You see how colorful this is? You know how it's set in the 80s? You know how it's set in the 80s?
You know how it's set in 1984?
And you know how it's supposed to be real colorful in the 80s and all colorful cinema and everything?
I don't remember it being colorful in the 80s.
Gray.
It is so gray.
This whole movie is so gray.
I'm sad. I was sad.
Gray. The CGI, which is why I said the meow, because it worked with the cheetah CGI is trash.
Oh gosh, yeah, the cheetah CGI is really awful.
But this movie is just so discombobulated. It's not like the worst thing to ever happen or anything.
Yeah.
But it's extremely all over the place with like everything, except for Maxwell Lord, played by Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah.
Probably the best thing to happen in 2020.
I literally didn't like I didn't even like know who Pedro Pascal really was. Like I watched the first season of The Mandalorian and like part of the second one, but I didn't really like him that much. Like I didn't like his performance that much, but he rocks in this, bro.
Dude, his performance is like an 11 out of 10 in this. Like it goes so hard. And
it really does. Honestly, without his performance, I probably would hate this movie.
Right? But I cannot like it's so good. Like I've never been a fan of the DCEU Wonder Woman. Like the actress is fine, but like I just don't like the character that they built. I think she's kind of annoying. I think she's very one-dimensional as a character.
Micah, why do you hate women all of a sudden?
Sorry.
Sorry.
But like he made this movie something that wasn't actually just one-dimensional. And Luke, I don't know if he's still here.
I don't know.
He brought up an interesting thing for this movie. That you know how to keep this PG on the podcast. You know how
what? Like,
no, this is like a good point that he brought up. When Steve Trevor minor spoilers
Steve.
for Wonder Woman. When Steve Trevor goes into another guy's body, he takes over the consciousness of somebody else, and then him and Wonder Woman sleep together.
The implications.
The implications. Yeah, he was like, we were talking about it, and yikes. Yeah. Like, the whole point is that, like, she does something just as flawed as all the bad guys, but like also kind of not a great, like, and obviously I don't think the writers thought about it that way. I don't think.
If you watch this movie, watch it for Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, watch it for Pedro Pascal. It's just so weird.
It's a charming little movie. I like it. It's a little long. It's a lot long.
It's a lot long. Like, I saw a meme on Twitter though that was like like, it was like a shot of this movie, and like it was somebody saying like, wait, there's still 50 minutes left. And then we got to something, and I was like,
we literally got to a part
of the
movie.
I felt a lull, and I was like, wait a minute. How much time is left?
50 minutes.
And there was 50 minutes left, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what they're talking about now. This movie has 50 minutes left. It's been going on for so long.
Yeah. If you liked the first Wonder Woman, this isn't as good, but it
doesn't take itself nearly as seriously either.
I don't know. It seems a little more goofy in premise than Wonder Woman.
No,
but
but
honestly, Wonder Woman, the original one, is kind of goofy,
right?
in its actual premise, not in its execution most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know. It was not great, but Pedro Pascal and his performance is great.
I vibe with it. Very good.
Just
stuff.
go find a YouTube video that's just every clip of him in the movie.
All Pedro Pascal's funniest moments, Mike.
Sure, but yeah, I gave that 2.5 stars.
I don't know what I would have rated it.
And that was actually all of the 2020 releases I personally have watched.
All right, I want to give a shout out here at the end. The last two things in my 2020 releases that I logged. First one, another Karsten Runquist short film, Long Toast. If you have not seen Long Toast, then go see Long Toast. What are you waiting for? Your toast or something?
I have not seen Long Toast.
It's about long toast. But yeah, Karsten actually talented? Question mark.
Wow.
No, I had never seen him do an animated short before, so
yeah, I didn't know.
It's good stuff.
I don't know. Did he animate it?
Yeah, he animated it.
Didn't know he animated
it. Looks like that one guy, Bill Wirtz or something like that. I don't remember what his name is. The guy who did It's Such a Beautiful Day. But yes, good stuff. And then I also wanted to give a quick shout out to one of my favorite shorts of the year. Not my favorite. Opal's my favorite, of course. But one of my favorite shorts of the year that we watched in front of Soul. It kind of came out together.
Oh,
Burrow.
I didn't watch it.
You missed out, Micah. It's such a cute little short.
The story of why I didn't watch it.
Oh my gosh!
Is I was playing Mario Kart.
I was playing Mario
Kart. Game Boy Advanced version while jamming out to Kendrick Lamar, and that is an amazing combination.
Wow!
Yes, like that's amazing. So yeah, I was in the middle of. That's why they turned it on, because I was like, no, I can't. I'm in the middle of a race. Wait to start Soul, and then they turned that on while I was finishing up the race.
But yeah, no, Burrow. It's such a cute little short. I consider it canonically to be a sequel to Fantastic Mr. Fox, the movie. So yeah,
are they living in a sewer system, Robbie?
Micah, it's about get this. It's about a community of animals who get flooded out of their tunnel homes. Due to the careless actions of an animal, Micah. Yeah, you need to go watch it. It's cute. Go watch Long Toast. Go watch all of these. Form your own
opinions. We may talk about this stuff, but we don't know what we're talking about. We're just two guys with two opinions, sometimes differing.
Quick little thing here at the end. Just as a fun thing. Last night, we watched a fun little movie after we watched The Croods. After we got home,
Wait, do we want to do to end off the whole thing like what we watched
That's
this
gonna
week?
take
since-
so long, dude.
Did we watch that much? There was Klaus. Not talk about things that we haven't already talked about.
I was just gonna mention this.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I was about to say they've already listened to us talk randomly about movies for almost 2 hours now. So, but yeah, Town Called Panic. It's a French stop motion animated film, and I really like it.
It was pretty fun.
It has that kind of how to describe its energy.
To describe its energy,
It's like-
it's wild.
Have you ever seen one of those Adult Swim like logo? You know how they do like the logo things in between programs.
Mhm.
It feels like that. This feels like an Adult Swim thing, is what it feels like.
Yeah, it's very weird,
I like it.
but it's good. I
like
enjoyed
a
it.
lot.
By the way,
It's on Prime right now.
just a little tidbit of information to really enhance to know that I enhanced the
Take it to the next level.
Crude's A New Age experience to the max.
To the max.
I watched Pan's Labyrinth,
Oh boy.
and then almost immediately after I watched Pan's Labyrinth, we went to go see the Crude's A New Age. That's the
Yeah.
double feature.
Well, it certainly is a double feature.
And I do have one final shout out for like just 2020 releases.
Do it, Micah.
I mean, it's a personal release of mine.
It's a personal release of mine.
It's I put it on Twitter if you follow me on Twitter, but it's my favorite video that I've made this year, which my channel pretty much started at the end of last year.
Yeah.
It's my favorite video I've put out. Go check out my Over the Garden Wall video. It's actually definitely my most popular video. It's still growing a lot. I got a bunch of new people. Like, people are watching it. Yeah, it's fun. It's good. It's my favorite video I've done. It would really mean a lot that you watched it. I spent like 40 hours working on it. But yeah, go watch it. Mgrowe Films on YouTube.
I finished my tea. That means the podcast is over, Micah.
It does actually mean that, though.
Okay. But yeah, thank you for listening. If you actually listen to all of this, I wouldn't even listen to all of this.
Thank you for watching. If you watched on the live stream,
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Those who have, shout out to Soraya for dropping in, even though I had just like messaged her at this out of the blue.
shout out to Haley for watching several of those movies with us.
And shout out to Luke for giving us new media suggestions for British media, which we still didn't watch the British Christmas movies. We barely even watched any Christmas
We
movies
watched
this
like
year.
3 Christmas movies this year.
And one of them was for the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening. This will be out on podcasting platforms at least by midnight. So I'm actually about to download this audio file and edit it down a little bit, trim it down.
I hope you guys enjoyed season 2 of Recently Logged, because this is the end of season 2.
Yeah, we got some stuff in store. I don't know how long we might wait till February to start season 3. We're not sure yet.
I don't like that you look taller than me.
Oh my gosh. Sit up straight, Micah. We might wait a month to start season 3 because we have yeah, exactly.
Luke,
we have a lot of uncertainty surrounding season 3 at the moment because there are a lot of new things we want to introduce.
Yeah.
Our format might change. We have at least one guest lined up probably for the season premiere. And then we're probably gonna have our boy Luke on a lot more as kind of a co-host. So yeah. Thank you guys
Big
for listening.
things happening. Hope you have a great New Year's.
I hope 2020 was nicer to you than it was to some people.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in season 3.
Bye.